Hey, welcome to another episode of Behind the Picture with your friendly neighborhood host. It is me, Carty. Today we are talking about how you can dominate your photography niche. You could actually call it your ultimate guide for dominating your photography niche. Becoming a successful photographer in today's competitive market requires more than just technical skills. It demands dedication, consistency, and a deep understanding of your craft. Whether you're an emerging photographer or a seasoned professional that might be looking to refine your approach a little bit, this guide today is going to provide you with essential steps so you can dominate your photography niche. If you don't know me, by the way, I am Carty. I help struggling photographers transition from their 9-to-5 jobs to making a living with their creativity and their photography. 33 years of experience. I've been photographing celebrities, models, advertising campaigns. I've been dedicated to mentoring photographers since 1995. And I've transformed my business mindset, my photography mindset, and I'm here to help you actually create your ideal photography life through this amazing YouTube system and my immersive education. And if you want to learn more about me, video description, stevecarty.com, blah, blah, blah. Today's episode is no joke. It's literally no joke. And it might literally be the most important thing that you watch on YouTube related to your photography career. Or maybe not, but that's for you to decide. What I know for sure is I did the work for this one. For the last month, I've been doing research. I interview photographers. I do consultations with photographers. I've been going to literally out to hang out. Last night, I had a little bit of a party because it's my birthday this week, coming up on the 17th. And I've been talking to photographers all over. I've learned this. So many photographers are stuck. And I invited a few people from my community who are lucky enough to live in Toronto here to hang out with me yesterday during my little Saturday birthday celebration. So many photographers I know are stuck, and they have literally no clue how to get unstuck. How to attract clients, how to get new clients, how to attract future clients, or how to go about creating a new body of work. So I did a deep dive. I did a real deep dive on how I could help. And doing these things, I learned a lot. And I learned about things like, honestly, I wish that I learned 30 years ago. So today, in a very special episode, I'm going to give you the gold. And a little bit of a cold, hard truth about consistency, accountability, and if you watch to the end, I'm going to give you some actionable tactics for how you can actually transform your career and get your shit back on track. Today's episode is not for those that are looking for a quick dopamine hit. So if you're already thinking about clicking away to another video, that's okay. My attention span is high, and my content needs that same type of attention span. You see how attentive I am when I'm delivering this content. So I'm looking for the right photographers. I want to speak to the right photographers, and I want to speak to the photographers that my content resonates with the most. So let's talk first about consistency and accountability. How do you stay consistent as a photographer? Each one of these things I'm going to get into right now is going to help you with your consistency. So the first thing that we have to do as a photographer is establish our signature style. Your signature style is your unique way of capturing the world. It's what sets you apart from other photographers and makes your work instantly recognizable. To develop your signature style, you have to experiment with different techniques and different editing styles until you find the ones that feel the most natural to you. Once you've found your style, be consistent in using it across all your work. This will help you build an incredibly strong brand and attract clients who appreciate your unique vision. So, blah, blah, blah. Cool? So, how you want to shoot might be as relevant as a $3 bill. Like, ask yourself, like, how you want to shoot. Like, would you hire me to make this work? Like, when I show you my portfolio, like, you understand, people hire me to make work, but you have to ask yourself, who would hire me to make the work that I'm making? If you can't come up with 3 to 5 potential clients that would hire you today with the work that you're making, you might have to make new work. How you shoot and what you shoot are 2 completely different things. And I'm going to say that again. How you shoot and what you shoot are completely different things. What's your subject matter? What is your niche? You can be as stylish as you like, but if there's no direction with the type of clients that would actually appreciate it, if you're just making fluff for yourself with no hope of getting hired, what photography are you currently making that's paying the bills? Study the work of others. There's no need to literally reinvent the wheel when it comes to photography. Take the time to study the work of other successful photographers whose style you admire. Look at how they approach their subjects, their lighting, their editing techniques. Use this as an inspiration for your own work, but be sure to put your own spin on it. Don't copy anyone's work outright, but rather use it as a starting point to create something that's uniquely yours. Find shooters that have mastered their niche and are thriving in it. How can you emulate that with your niche? Is your niche a worthy niche? Is there work there enough to sustain you? Shoot regularly. Consistency is key when it comes to developing your photography skills. Make it a habit to shoot regularly, even if you're just shooting for yourself. The more that you shoot, the more that you develop your eye for composition, for lighting, for color. Regular shooting helps you develop muscle memory and it improves your technical skills. Like, here's an idea. Adjust your camera settings on the fly. Like, blah, blah, blah. Shooting when not on assignment. Imagine this. Can you adjust your camera settings without looking at your camera? Can you change your focus point? Can you change from eye tracking to not? How fast can you do that? Can you literally change your aperture, change your shutter speed without looking at the camera? Shooting when we're not on a specific assignment opens us up to new opportunities. This is why I give photo assignments to you right here every single week. Also, shooting regularly is a waste if you're not targeted to the holes that are in your portfolio. There's work that you can make to fill your new niche up or update where there's work that's not working right now. Are you carrying portfolio images from too many years ago? What are you going to do for an encore? Why are you only shooting when there's money involved? How inspired an artist is that? I thought you loved photography. Shooting personal work is big brain. Shooting targeted personal work to move you into a new niche or into lifestyle or advertising, that's the type of personal work that you want to create. What use is shooting regularly if there's no targeted market for the work? Keep your gear simple. It's easy to get caught up in the latest and greatest gear, but having too much equipment can actually hinder your ability to stay consistent. Stick with a few high quality camera and lenses and like that you're comfortable with. I mean, I'm a big fan in upgrading if you're using a camera that's old, if you're using a camera that's a toy, but a camera is a camera. It shouldn't be the thing that stops you from mastering making work. It's just a tool. How often do you hear Picasso say, "Oh my God, if I only had this one paintbrush, then I could really make amazing paintings." Yo, Doyle Daniels with the gifted. Let's go. Doyle Daniels. Stuart Fleck, you lucky guy, got gifted a membership by Doyle. Thank you so much, Doyle Daniels and Stuart. You lucked out. Stick with your high quality lenses and a camera body that you're comfortable with and master them. It's going to help you focus on your vision and your technique rather than worrying about what gear to use for each shot. I recently spent a day with a photographer. He's a product photographer. His name's Rohan. I show his work all the time. And Rohan, let me just pull up there he is. And Rohan shoots things. And he shoots things incredibly well. And understand that this guy keeps his equipment so minimal. He has a Canon R, the first R series. He has a Canon R. He has the 28 to 80 2.8, and he has a 70 to 200 2.8. And those are the only two lenses he uses. He shoots mostly with the 70 to 200 2.8 at like a super deep aperture. So this is minimal equipment. He's shooting with the Canon EOS R, like a camera from quite a few years ago. Although it is mirrorless, look at the work that he's creating. When you look at this work, are you thinking, what camera is he shooting with? I wonder what camera he's shooting with. No, man. You're just looking at the work. This is just another one of the photographers out there that have been my assistant, and I've helped them create a career. This is Rohan Agalawate. So, as I said, he's got two lenses, 24 to 70, 70 to 200, both L series, both RF lenses. He shoots zooms. And his niche is product. So, also, he shoots tethered. He has one laptop that he uses for everything, and he doesn't even shoot with memory cards. He shoots straight to hard drive. His work is amazing, clearly. Have a clear vision before you start making any kind of photographs. Have a clear idea of what you want to achieve with these photos. This is going to help you stay focused and ensure that each photograph that you make is actually aligned with your overall style and vision. Ask yourself what mood or emotion you want to convey, what story you want to tell, and what message you want to communicate. Having a clear vision will also help you stay motivated and focused in the long run. Having a clear vision is all about being able to really see what you're stuck with and what you're stuck in, and also having the vision to be able to see when you're rocking and having an understanding about I'm stuck and I'm rocking. Like, those are two very different mindsets. You have to be able to determine where you are and how to like stay rocking and not get stuck. Or if you're stuck, how to get unstuck. Having a clear vision is all about knowing when to heal on your own and knowing when to go to the emergency room. Having a clear vision is being able to see what's working and what's not. And if you're too close to the work, like so many of you are just literally too close to your own photographs, too emotionally invested. Oh my God, man, I love this picture. I love it. It's like, yeah, but it sucks. Too emotionally invested in work that is like not doing anything. Ask for help. This is what we do here. This is why I have a community. This is why I do photo reviews. And by the way, the photo reviews, you're almost at the point where you can't join them anymore because I cap at 75. I think I have like 5 or 6 spots left. I haven't checked today, but once I reach the cap, then those are the photographers that I review photos for. That's it. Those are the ones. Those are the 75 photographers who I give assignments to that I do review photo for. And you guys can watch. And How you're going to get into that pool is every once in a while, I'm going to cull the people who are in there that aren't participating and open up spots for new people. And I'm also going to raise the price, which is going to scare people away and make room for more people. All right. So you have to get help. And by the way, for people who didn't pay for photography school, I paid for photography school and I still pay for consulting. I mean, thank God these people are my friends, but I buy courses. I sucked at Outward Reach. I bought a course on Outward Reach. I got amazing at Outward Reach in 1 hour. In 1 hour, worth the money. And now I teach people what I learned in that course. So it's a no-brainer. I still invest in my education. Every book that you buy, every workshop that you pay for, every course that you take, every accelerator you join, all of these things just help you accelerate your progress. And think of the fact that photography school costs $60,000, like $50,000 to $60,000 for like a couple of year program, and there's no guarantees. And these professors haven't been in the industry for 20 years, and it's like they have no clue. Anyways, I'm not selling coaching. Fuck that. Forget about that. Staying consistent. Staying consistent as a photographer takes time, effort, and a clear vision. By establishing your signature style, because we have to establish how we shoot, and studying the work of others, like looking at what other people who are rocking in our niche and keeping our gear simple, you can develop a strong and consistent body of work that sets you apart. And by holding yourself accountable through a subscribed, signed up, and opt-in newsletter of an expecting audience rather than your Instagram followers, now you can ensure that you stay motivated and on track. So speaking of accountability, let's get into accountability, which is a crucial thing for any creative endeavor, especially photography. Let's just talk about accountability. And I have accountability on lock because I started this Substack. And I have this YouTube channel. So I have two things that, I mean, I have so many things. That's why I said three. I have so many things, like my community, accountability. Like I just built accountability all around me. So I'm forced to be consistent. I started this newsletter called A Life Behind the Camera. I send out a post every Saturday. And I've been doing it since February 2023. So I'm well over a year. It's, I guess, in September or so, it'll be like a year and a half, or in August or something, it'll be a year and a half that I haven't missed. I think it's 75 weeks in a row. I haven't missed a Saturday. And this is my accountability. Because I started with 8 people on this list. I started with 8. And because I know exactly who I'm speaking to, meaning I speak to the emerging and struggling photographer. So because I know who I'm speaking to, that's the only people that I speak to. And if you look at my growth over time, and anyone else who has a Substack, if you look at my growth from 8 people that I added, and you can see here, 8 people that I added in February 2023 to today, where I am at 1,672 subscribers. There you go. Right there. So I'm now, oh, it says right here, say it's 1,600. I'm like trying to get to the end. So I'm at 1,600 now. And that's consistency and accountability. And accountability, when you're accountable to someone or something, it helps keep you motivated and on track. And by the way, anybody who has a Substack that your growth is like this, it goes like this. You have to stay with it. It's a test. It's a test, especially when things get tough or you face creative roadblocks, you know? One way to hold yourself accountable is to grow this audience. And understand, this newsletter that I started created a sense of expectation for my followers or your subscribers. And it helps keep you on track and motivated and consistent, knowing that people are waiting for you. Knowing that people are waiting for your work can be a powerful motivator to keep creating and keep improving. Another way to hold yourself accountable is to join a photography community or group. And this is like my third accountability circle, is my free photography community, which you can join just in the video description below. Like my community, I have regular meetups, and what this does is make it so you get to see other faces. You get to see what their faces look like, and you're able to share your work in my community, receive feedback from everybody, as well as me, and offer support to each other. Being a part of a community, it makes it so you're not alone on this journey to being a pro. I've gathered hundreds of people together in one spot that are all just like you, trying to be a pro photographer, and it's free. You get valuable feedback, inspiration, encouragement, and it's another way to help you accountable to your goals. So, there's so many more communities beyond mine. I just happen to have made the best one. So, in addition to helping you become accountable or stay accountable, becoming a part of a photography community helps you with new opportunities to learn and grow. Like, you're actually not just, I did this. It's like not my community. My community is the most helpful community out there. It is not Facebook, which is why my community is not on Facebook, because I don't want to be associated with anything Facebook. I created a unique thing. You can learn from other photographers. You get feedback, and you participate in these group challenges that I put out for everybody. One thing to keep in mind is accountability is not about perfection. It's about showing up consistently and putting in the work, even when it's hard. Don't be afraid to share your work, by the way, even if it's not perfect. And don't let the fear of failure hold you back. Remember, every photographer started somewhere, and the only way to get better is to keep practicing and keep learning. So here's some things that you need to know to become a successful pro. Obviously, we just talked about being consistent, and consistency is the key in any profession. Photography is no exception. To build a recognizable brand and establish trust with your audience, you must consistently produce the highest quality work. That doesn't just mean taking pictures. It means making pictures, and not just making them once in a while. It means making them regularly, but also maintaining a coherent style and message across your portfolio and all your social media channels. You also have to establish a routine, which is why I made my habit tracker. You have to set aside dedicated time each day, each week for getting shooting done, editing done, and sharing your work. Consistency in your workflow leads to consistency in your output. And we also have to develop a signature style. We have to find a unique style that defines our work and stick to it. This is going to help your audience recognize your photography instantly. And I'm not talking about all the LUTs and all that other shit that you're putting on top of your photograph in post-production to like shine up a turd. I'm not talking about that. You'll notice with my work, I do literally no post-production. It's all in the idea. Visual trends with like fades and filters and all that bullshit come and go. But really, the work behind that, when you strip away all those crutches, like, what does the work look like? That's how your audience recognizes your photography instantly. And you got to engage. Like, engage. Are you leaving a comment on every single person who leaves a comment on your photos? Are you going and seeing their pictures and leaving a comment on theirs? Are you interacting with your media social, with your social media followers? Consistent engagement helps keep your audience interested and invested in your journey. Another massive thing I see is jack of all trades. One niche. There's 3 umbrellas, by the way. I talk about this often. There's 3 umbrellas. There's the umbrella of people. That's an umbrella. That's my umbrella, okay? There's the umbrella of places, and then there's the umbrella of things, okay? Those umbrellas are niches. I shoot people, okay? It's a wide umbrella. You can drop all kinds of different things, and then you can specialize further within that niche, people, places, or things, which is my suggestion. Trying to be a jack of all trades can dilute your brand and make it difficult to stand out. So instead, focus on one niche and become an expert in that area, whether it's portrait photography or landscapes, although landscapes is a whole different mindset as far as how to make money in that genre. Landscapes and wildlife are like an outlier, and it's not exactly the easiest way to make a living, but you can, and there is a way. And again, it's not my expertise, but I do know the way that a landscape or a wildlife photographer can be incredibly successful. But again, I don't spend too much time on that because it is not my niche. So fashion photography, commercial work, portrait photography, that is my niche. So I talk about that type of work because that is what I am an absolute expert at. Honing in on a specific niche allows you to build a reputation as a specialist. So identify your niche, reflect on what subject matter you enjoy the most and where your strengths lie. But also, is there a market for that subject matter that you like? Is there people who are willing to pay you right now? Your passion and expertise will naturally guide you to the right niche. But you got to do market research. Understand the demand for your chosen niche. Look at what other photographers are doing and find gaps or unique angles that you can exploit. Tailor your portfolio. Curate your portfolio to highlight the work that's up here within your niche. That's going to attract clients looking for your specific expertise. Master the techniques that are needed for your specialty. And how you do that is by continuously learning and improving. Like, you have to be always improving. I see photographers saying things like, I'm an excellent photographer. I'm like, really? How long have you been shooting for? Oh, 2 years. I didn't even say I was good until I turned 50. And that was after 30 years of being a pro, making money at it for 30 years consistently. Then I started feeling like I'm starting to get good. And Helmut Newton, who shot for Vogue when he was 22. I shot for Vogue when I was 50. Helmut Newton, 53 actually. Helmut Newton, who shot for Vogue when he was 22, said, I didn't get good until I was 50. So I can't possibly say anything remotely close to my photography is amazing. So to stay ahead of the competition, you need to master the techniques specific to your niche and understand the nuances of your different photography methods and the different photography methods that are being used within your niche. And learn the basics of your market. Like, seriously, ensure that you have a solid grasp of how your market uses photography in their marketing and their advertising. Understanding these basics will help you tailor your work and actually meet their needs. And practice. The more you shoot, the better you become, eh? Make time for regular practice sessions and challenge yourself. It's like, how many people I see, it's like, oh my goodness, when was the last time you shot? Oh, I haven't shot this month. But you watch plenty of YouTube. I'm planning, I'm doing theory. And it's like, okay, bro, but like, you practice by doing. You don't learn how to ride a bike by like watching videos about it. Literally. Make time for regular practice sessions and challenge yourself with new subjects and settings, especially if you're not sure of what your niche is. The thing that's crazy about Rohan, and I showed you earlier, Rohan is a natural product photographer. and he started shooting people. He started only with shooting people, only shooting people. And he had a client that was giving him product photography to do with his people stuff and sometimes product alone. And over time, the product alone stuff started to surpass the stuff with people. And then when you look at his portrait photography versus his product photography, there's such a gap, but he didn't know that he was a product photographer. He had to challenge himself in order to find that that's actually what he truly was. So understand that your photography education never, ever, ever stops. Never stops. When I quit photography school because my parents got divorced and I had to do a lot of things all in a very short time. I quit photography school, quit my job at the camera store, moved out of my house, found a photography studio, sold my 4x5 view camera, and paid first and last month's rent. And I had a camera and I had my portfolio and no money. And I had 30 days to find enough money to pay rent. So when I was quitting school, I said to my professor, like, I'm nervous. Like I have to quit. Like there's so much shit that's going wrong in my life. Like my mom's selling the house. Like I got to move. I have to quit. I got to start working. And Bill Scanlon, rest in peace, said this. He said, Carty, don't let school interfere with your education. You said, don't let school interfere with your education. Your photography education didn't start here at this institution. And if it ends here, I can't help you. You will be learning every single day that you pick up your camera. So your photography education never stops. And that veracity is what made my work always get better. My big problem is that I didn't do the same thing with business education. I didn't do the same thing with business education. My business and my photography business education never stopped, but I didn't invest as much time in that as I did in becoming a pretty okay photographer. So invest in your education by enrolling in courses, taking workshops, learn from an experienced professional, because it can provide insights and techniques that you can incorporate into your work right away. This is why you learn so much from this channel. It's because I do this. I'm not Peter McKinnon. I'm not pretend becoming a photographer. I'm not pretend doing a YouTube channel to like entertain you. There's no flames and there's no card tricks or any shit like that. I'm literally just giving you information. And I don't care if you watch. I really don't care, because no sponsors are paying me for you to watch. Nobody. This is just free information. So watching this channel is a great way to get free professional education. Additionally, join one of my programs and fast track your shit. So let's talk about finding your photography style. Finding your style is a journey that requires exploration and self-discovery. Your style, your photographic style, is what sets you apart from other photographers. And let's just get into, while I talk about this, let's just get into one of the photographers that I just love their style, really. And this photographer, his name is Rankin. And Rankin makes work that kind of makes you throw up in your mouth a little bit. Let's just look at Rankin's range. Your style sets you apart from other photographers and becomes your visual signature. First, experiment. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and try different photography styles. This experimentation will help you discover what actually resonates with you and what doesn't. Shoot different. Literally, shoot differently. Shoot different subjects. Try your hand at various subjects. Shoot landscapes because it's going to help your location photography. Shoot portraits, do street photography, do macro photography. Each genre has its own challenges and its own rewards. And use different techniques. Experiment with different techniques. Do long exposure, do HDR, try black and white photography. Each technique gives your photos a different look and feel. And analyze your work. Review your work critically to understand what's working, what you like, and what you dislike. This is going to help you refine your style over time. And add what you're passionate about. Your passion will drive your creativity and help keep you motivated. So focus on subjects and themes that you're actually interested in. And reflect on those interests. Think about what topics, what subjects excite you the most. I hope it's not nature, but if it is, how can you incorporate nature into editorial photography? Is it people photography? Is it urban environments? Your passion will shine through in your photography. Follow your curiosity. Allow yourself to be curious and follow what intrigues you. This curiosity will lead to new and exciting opportunities. We have to develop our own unique photographic style. Like, that's what we're actually trying to do. And I love Rankin's beauty. Rankin's beauty just makes my mind go. Rankin. Develop your style. Once you've experimented and found your passion, it's time to develop a style that's uniquely yours. And develop a consistency in editing, eh? And by the way, how many filters do you see on Rankin's work? How many filters? How many? The whole idea is you're supposed to develop an editing process that enhances your photos and aligns with your vision. This consistency will help you and your work stand out. There has to be some signature elements to your work. Identify the elements that you frequently incorporate into your photography, such as specific colors, lighting, compositions. These elements become a part of your signature style. I call them your photography rules or your photographic rules. Stay true to yourself. Your style should be a reflection of your personality and your vision. Stay true to yourself and avoid copying others. Authenticity will attract a loyal audience. Are you throwing up in your mouth a little bit by looking at Rankin? Are you throwing up in your mouth a little bit by looking at Rankin? So, how do you master the techniques needed for your specialty? So, mastering the techniques needed for your specialty is essential for capturing the type of stunning photographs that you're destined to make. Understanding the equipment that you need, the specialized methods like lighting required for your niche allows you to focus on creativity rather than the technical. Oh, I have the XM742, and I have the blah blah blah, and I have a 70 and I got a 2mm to 7,000mm lens, and it's got 6,000 elements, and it's an f/45, and I use like a beam from the sun reflected through 17. It's like, what does the work look like, bro? What does the work look like? Learn the basics of your market. A solid understanding is of how you understand, like a solid understanding of your market and how your market uses photography in their marketing is crucial to understand for any photographer. So imagine, what niche are you? Like, do you have an insane understanding of how that type of photography that you shoot is used in marketing and advertising? Are you like every time something comes out, you're looking at it, you're studying it, you're seeing lines, angles, light? Like, if you did that, what would your work look like? And guess what? Your work would look like industry standard, and people would start talking about what you're doing. So, market research. Study how photographers and businesses and clients in your niche use photographers. Study how other photographers in your niche, businesses in your niche, potential clients in your niche, how are they using the type of photography that is actually getting used out there. That helps you. It could be product photography. It could be e-commerce. It could be lifestyle photography shots for social media. It could be corporate headshots. It could be professional profiles. Understand client needs. Understand the specific needs and preferences of your potential clients. That knowledge helps you tailor your services, your approach to meet their expectations. Trends. There's all kinds of trends, and there's industry standards. So you have to keep up to date with the latest trends and standards in your niche. That ensures that your work remains relevant and appealing. You understand how many photographers are irrelevant? Irrelevant. Practice as much as you can. Regular practice is the best way to improve your skills. Daily practice. Make it a habit to take your camera with you and shoot something visual within your niche every day. Talk to strangers and, hey, can I shoot your portrait? That not only helps you break the ice and get out of your social anxiety, but that consistent practice helps you be more comfortable with your equipment in strange, high pressure situations. Set challenges for yourself. Give yourself specific photography challenges, such as capturing motion, panning, low light, shoot at night. These challenges push you to learn and actually grow. Your photography education never stops. Your photography education is your most valuable investment. Literally, you're investing time, which is incredibly valuable. You're investing time in watching me because I'm returning a valuable product back to you. This information you can't get anywhere else. So education, it's your most valuable investment in your photography career. Buy all the camera shit you want. Pay nothing for a photography education. How's that working out for you? Take online courses. Enroll in an online course from a photographer that breaks your brain, that covers all kinds of aspects of photography. Those courses offer a flexibility that allow you to learn at your own pace. Additionally, again, Pro Accelerator, 4, 5, 6 spots left. Just going to change your shit. Watch my YouTube channel. That helps you. Obviously, you're doing that right now. You get professional education from a 33-year pro. And by following today's guidelines, you're going to be well on your way to dominating your photography niche. Remember, success in photography requires consistency, focus, and a relentless pursuit of mastery. Embrace this. Your passion will get you to these new, amazing, amazing heights. Now, I got to tell you, man, today's episode and prepping this episode, I really always want to give you a delivery of content that you're not going to get anywhere else. And I hope you feel that today. One thing I got to tell you is it's a bit of a celebration. Not only is it my birthday on Wednesday, July the 17th, but I also recently crossed an amazing milestone, which is 19,000 subscribers on YouTube. 19,000. And I got to thank you, by the way. If you're finding me or if you've found me in the last little while, thank you. Because hitting 19,000 subscribers, hitting 1 subscriber is amazing. And I just wanted to take a moment here before we wrapped up today to thank you for finding me. Thank you for paying attention to me, listening. And I hope that what I share here freely with no want or need. All I need you to do is be successful. That's it. That's actually all I need you to be. And what I want is to help you. It's pretty simple. And sadly there's a lot of bullshit out there when it comes to photography information. There's a lot of bullshit on YouTube. And if you believe in what I'm doing here, if you really believe in what I'm doing here, I need you to do something for me. First of all, subscribe. If you're not, check to see if you're subscribed. Because if you just watch my content, it's going to show up in your feed, whether you're subscribed or not. So subscribers really don't matter. But in order to hook people to see that they are missing out on something, I need you to subscribe. Because it's a metric that, although it's vanity, if 20,000 people are subscribed to my channel, 25,000 people are subscribed to my channel, if 50,000 people are subscribed to my channel, people who've never heard of me, who've never watched anything, are going to feel incredible FOMO. Incredible FOMO, and they're going to start watching my shit. The only way that I can bring this content to more people is if you help me. If you are a true fan, if you're a true fan, I'm just going to ask you to do this. I'm going to ask you to think of 3 people, 3 photographers or 3 creatives that you could literally send an email to and say, hey, I have this creator. He helps me. Maybe he would help you. Say whatever you want, but just who are 3 people that you could send my YouTube channel to? Like, if you want to help me and you can't afford a membership, share that, make a clip, literally start telling everybody about this channel. If you can't afford the $5 to subscribe, to become a member per month, just help me market. Just help me market. Do that. Help me get more photographers watching so I can help more people. That's all I ask. And if you're a member, you're a true fan. That's the idea, is like, I could sustain this channel without ads at all. No ads on any of my content. If I reached a certain number of members. If I reached a certain number of members that were paying me $5, I would never have to have ads on any of my content. So, are you a super fan? Are you truly dedicated to becoming a pro? Do you honestly believe that I'm helping you in a way that nobody else could? If that's the case, tell a friend. And if you have the means, put $5 on the table, because I think that I'm worth more than the price of a Starbucks. Guys, that is today's episode. I hope today brought you value. Understand that sharing is caring, and I'm not joking about, I want you to think of 3 people that you could send my content to. Send a video that changed your game. Like, you understand? That makes you valuable, because you're curating stuff that's helped you and you're sharing it with people you care about. That makes you a genius. Guys, I hope today has brought you value. I need to go because it is Accelerator Day. Today, we are talking in the masterclass about phase 6, putting it all together. This is the most powerful and important masterclass probably I've ever done. So, a little bit of a short episode today. For those who are in the masterclass, sharpen your pencils and get 2 notebooks ready. Guys, I hope this brought you value. This commercial-free stream was brought to you by the members of this channel, the Carty Crew Massive. Thank you, everybody who is a member of this channel. And if you're watching this after the fact, become a member. Invest in your education. Or not. You know, I hand type every person who becomes a member of this channel, or at least the last 25 of them, because I usually run out of time. So you are going to see the last 25 members scrolling across the top of the screen, and I thank you for becoming a member. And if you discovered me recently, you probably subscribed. And there's your name right there saying, I subscribed. I like showing the credits. Again, these handwritten credits are very difficult to type out. Why is your big brain and your alerts not working, Mike? That is very strange. Big brain should be going. Yeah, Mike, I literally, were my commands not working today? If my commands were not working today, I see my clips were working. If they weren't working today, maybe you didn't do them. I don't see many commands, but my commands should be working, guys, because I did spend some time on fixing them. Guys, thank you. Everybody who's a member of this channel, I appreciate you. I couldn't do it without you. Everybody who subscribed recently, thank you. Tell a friend. That is your